This is Lila Ik'e and you're listening to GC Cole.
You got but you ever want. Who no really have it, tell me where them a go do now. You got but you ever want. Who no really have it, tell me where them a go do now.
Ladies and gentlemen, some folks like to say that there's a reggae revolution going on right now. I prefer to say it's a renaissance. You know what I mean? You see, with a revolution, what happens pretty much is it's normally an overthrowing of something or someone for something new, and it's normally preceded by a remonstrance of some kind and has casualties. While a renaissance is just a rebirth, a welcomed rebirth. Right now, there is something refreshing going on and something beautiful, and in the midst of it all is a little lady with a beautiful voice, a flavor, a flair. She comes across as, well, to me she does, as the sweet rebel. Her style is very refreshing and I like it. In fact, I love it. It's fresh, it's funky, it's real, and most importantly, it's very, very necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the beautiful, the vibes of the young songstress from the parish of Manchester, Jamaica, who is doing her thing in a major, major way. She has a wicked single out right now called Biggest Fan, and she dropped a murderer single last night called Gatti Gatti. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms Lila Ik'e. Lila, how you doing?
Blessings and light. It's really a pleasure to be, talking with you today.
Trust me, it's all love, it's all love. I've been watching some of your performance on YouTube, and I'm seeing that I'm not the only one that's in love with what you're doing. Jamaica, Europe, the UK, the world is in love with Lila Ik'e right now. How does it feel at this young stage of your career to be embraced the way you are?
Trust me, it's a wonderful feeling because this is something that I've always imagined doing ever since I was young, and I to be honest, I really didn't think it would happen so fast.
Right. Right.
So it's really a blessing, and I'm very, very grateful for all the love and support.
Nice. Well, we're going to tell the world a little bit more about Lila. I refer to you as the sweet rebel, and here's a testament to the accuracy of that statement. Rewriting your school song,
rebel with
Lila?
a cause, of course. Yeah.
Trust me, you did something that I tried to do and it never worked out on my behalf. You rewrote your school graduation song, right?
Yeah.
But that's somewhat rebellious, But when the song is honest and sweet and beautiful and endearing, then there comes the sweet part of it.
Yeah, man, that's always the best approach, If you're going to be doing something that, you feel is necessary and you want to say get everybody on board, you just do it good and done.
I got you. Now, when you rewrote that song, and they actually went with it. What was that? How did that feel to you?
Trust me, I was very shocked because I idly just was home singing and a whole vibe, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to write down this song because it was graduation, and this is high school graduation. You're about to make a very super step into, I don't know, adulthood or whatever. And I just did want to go out with a bang. And in Jamaica, there are some traditional songs where people always draw from me, always say, listen, I'm not going to sing any of those songs at my graduation. So I went home the evening and, I wrote the song, went to school the next day, shared with a friend of mine. Now, her aunt was a part of the administrative board at the school. She's like, oh, I'm going to let my aunt hear this. And she heard it and she liked it. Wow. The music teacher heard it and was like, wow, like we can actually use this song. And next thing I knew, the song was the graduation song. And the most important thing is that my fellow class liked it. So it was a blessing.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah, man.
So you're signed right now and you're recording on the Protoje's label in Digg Nation Collective, right?
Yeah, man. Big up in Digg.
Mad. How did the Protoje link up come about?
So no, I had a friend when I was in high school who was very obsessed with Protoje and his music.
Mm-hmm.
Even before I got connected, in that sense, because I'd be like, yeah, yeah, but I wouldn't really tap into stuff like that.
Right.
And I remember she moved on to the University of the West Indies, and I went to the Northern Caribbean University. So she was in Kingston, I'm still in Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
And she got connected to Protoje,
Right.
and began to do some works with him. So when I moved to Kingston now and we link up and thing, I got invited to Protoje's pre-album launch. That was for Ancient Future.
Right.
I was really excited because I'm like, yo, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna be seeing all of these artists that me usually have to sit down and look on from my, from my laptop on YouTube. So, it was at that point she introduced us. And I remember being in the studio and he took a break from playing his music. Now I usually produce my stuff, like just get my computer and I had this little headset with a mic that I just sing over some beats and things. So I use one of those tracks as my ringtone for my phone.
Mm-hmm.
My phone rang and the song was playing. I remember somebody in the studio who was aware that my do my little thing say, yo, Lila, are you that? And Protoje heard when he said that and I was like, yes. And he's like, oh, so he's a musician. I'm saying, yeah, and
Wow.
thing. And that's how it all started. After that, he got put on to some other stuff I was doing and he really liked it. We link up, whole a vibe, and from that we just start make some music together.
Mad. Your indirect
Mm-hmm.
marketing strategy is on point though. Genius.
It's blessings, man.
Love it, love it, love it. I actually met Protege twice. We did a show together probably 2 or so years ago, and it was
Okay.
my band and I and him and his band at Janus Live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and the vibes, the music, of course, was great. But
Mm-hmm.
being with him for a minute and hanging out there, he came across as a good youth, a genuine, a sincere youth.
Yeah, man. Trust me, man. Is a very humble person.
Right.
Because um, there's a stigma attached to musicians, especially successful musicians in Jamaica. None of them are necessarily approachable, you
True.
know. And I was expecting, to be honest, that these he'd come off like that. But when I first met him, trust me, it's just we just held that natural reasoning, you know. So he's
Nice.
a really good person.
Trust me, a rare quality in today's
Yeah,
stars,
man.
you know.
Trust me.
And guess what? You give off that vibe too, so that's probably why that synergy was there and why you guys could be able
Yeah,
to
man,
communicate
you
that
don't
way.
know, like it's just energy and frequencies.
Mad,
So
mad.
once you're naturally going to be drawn to people who share the same, the wavelength as you.
Right.
And because, as a young artist coming up, you sometimes you need the highlight from persons that are already there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I always say, if this thing ever works for me, I'm always going to be approachable because I know what it feels like for one sitting with somebody, where they're on a level and just have a reasoning with them and hear from them how it is on their end.
Right.
So I try to exercise that humbleness always. And in general, I'm just a very humble person. I'm just chill, you
Right.
know?
That's how it for go. That's what
Yeah,
trust me. I
man.
remember years ago when I was a teenager. I came down. I went to boarding school and I came down for a weekend. And I don't know what was going on, but LL Cool J was in Otrius that weekend. Brian McKnight was in Otrius that weekend. Some of them, trust me, a whole heap of people were in it. And my
Yeah.
favorite DJ, Killer, was in Otrius that weekend. Maria Killer still in it, but guess who was the hardest one? A lot of time people are looking like, should I go say what's up, Killer, or should I not? Because back then I'm angry and I'm cross, angry and miserable.
Yeah, he was very cross-eyed.
Yeah, I get Rodney now, but that was Killer in his prime.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, absolutely right. Who knows? Maybe it's a country vibes, and maybe that way of we have a
Yeah,
warmth.
man. Country people generally nice, man. Trust me.
Nice, nice, nice. And like I said, I've been seeing clips. And over the couple months and so forth, man, I see the clips of these shows and what you're
Yeah.
doing, and I love it. But as I waited for the singles, I had to get my fix somehow, somewhere. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
so I found some features
Yeah.
where you kill, and I want to touch on one of them. Let me start with this one called "Believe" with yourself and Royal Blue. So I'm gonna touch that one for
Yeah,
word.
man. Blessings.
All right, so I could get a hold of that, make the massive them hear that, and let them get a feel for what's going on with Lila Ik'e down there. Keep it
All
moving, keep it
right.
grooving. It's homegrown.
I need you more than ever. I need to know you better. We need to roll together in this place and beat the stormy weather. Cause we will not surrender. We will not surrender. Yeah, kinda hard to keep around these days. It's like a war, forget out of this weak state. Feel like I'm losing it every day. True, my gonna hesitate, but telling you please wait. It looking like my need space, so I get up and go separate. What we made, know some other things that take your place. Every day is a quick fix, thinking that you're gone about your business. When me alone, go my separate way and set this pace. Reckless rage, I know my dwelling hate. I often sing about all these things for elevate, but it's hard for sing. Clasp your wings, make a pray. When you're living in a place where the devil play, when you're living in a place where the good hardly resonate. Funny how vivid pictures are hell around us, make you call up and hard to see heaven gates.
I need you here to make things more clear. Some things I don't see, and I'm trying to believe. I'm trying to believe. Some things I can feel, some things that seem real, and they want you to believe. They want you to believe.
Mad. Lila, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Give thanks, man.
Tell me about
Big
that
up, Ram.
collaboration.
Yeah, so when I moved to Kingston, I was hanging around a lot of young artists and young producers before I even met Protoje. And that's how I met Royal Blue. But I came across his music before moving to Kingston. I remember me book him up on YouTube, him and Runkus. They were in a band. Can't remember what the group name. But I was just so, I was so excited because I'm like, yo, there are other young people out here doing this thing other than Chronics, like a bit things are going,
Right.
And when I went to Kingston, now Black Hero was also another upcoming artist, very, very good also. He was having a launch, and that is where I met Royal Blue.
Right.
And we usually just feel like we just be holding a vibe now and then at their space and thing. And Royal Blue has this EP that he's working on right now with a producer from Germany called Tim Forrester. I remember him linked me up and said, Lila, me have an EP, I'm going to feature you on it. I'm like, yeah, man, whenever you're ready, and he sent through the beat and thing. The song is actually written by him. And he sang my part and tell me that, this is what he's looking to do. And I really felt connected to the song. So I went to the studio and just shut it up. And this is it.
Mad. I love it. And you mentioned some names there. It's
Yeah.
I remember when I was getting that thirst, so to speak, for some real nice music. Because you know how music is, as life is, as art is, as sports is.
Yeah,
You're at
man.
the top, you get it fluctuates a little bit, goes down, then it comes back up.
True.
And Chronics and them were doing their thing. Chronics and of course Protoje, I'd say, in the same era, and the Jesse Royals and Kabakas, you know what I mean? I'll do them thing. But then I was
Yeah.
worried. I was like, okay, are we gonna get that little lulla gel where we're waiting for something? But then shortly thereafter, I started hearing yourself and Savannah and Royal Blue.
Yeah, big up, Sev.
You know what I mean? Black Hero, them artists there, and I just
Yeah,
felt
man.
refreshed. I love it. I
It's a
love it.
blessing, man, because, yeah, man, for real. The music can't dead. That's one thing. Good music can't die.
Right.
That's one thing I'm very certain of. And me myself very excited for all of the other young people because I don't only make music, I also consume it. So just like you, I'm trying to find I'm always on the lookout for other people doing their thing because I get inspired by everything.
Right.
So, blessings, man.
Love it. Trust me, I've been for the past couple of weeks. People are linked me some, on my WhatsApp. But them swear say you and Savannah, probably my cousin them the amount of time when we keep on I play the song. But my time say when I find something I love, I'm in it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's like Netflix,
man,
and if
for
I find
real.
a program I love, I'm binge watching. So I just love what I go on. Listen, I'm a nostalgic guy. Most of my imagination
Yeah.
is spent wandering the halls of yesterday more so than the roads of tomorrow. So when I heard Biggest Fan, That blew me
Yeah.
away. That took me to about 1996 when a fly young Erica Badu dropped that song On and On. And I was
Yeah.
blown away. You know what I mean? Like, yo, who this? And she just blew up after that. To me, your style's young, it's vibrant, it's funky, I love it, it's real. Where do you
Yeah.
draw your inspiration from and who do you look up to as an artist?
Boy, inspiration no is something that I draw from everything because it's weird, but my writing process usually don't involve pen and paper. It usually involves it after me come up with a song because I'm like a freestyle artist. So I will literally get up this morning and just feel a vibe. I'm currently teaching myself to play the guitar, so I will strum the few chords that I know and I just start sing a song and I say, wait, this is actually a really nice song. So I just record it and thing and revisit it after and set
Right.
it up properly. So
Nice.
that is how I get inspired, whatever mood I'm in, whatever situation I may encounter. For example, with Gatti Gatti, I remember when I was the hook, I was chilling with Protoje one night, and that's even where I got the hook for Biggest Fan too. He's just playing a rhythm, and we had smoked some herb, and you know, we just did a freestyle, and that's how I come up with the hook for both songs. And when I was thinking of doing a next track, he said
Right.
to me, "Yo, you remember the night you were singing, you gatti gatti, but you ever, why you not finish up that one?" I'm like, all right, can pay some attention to that. I was
Right.
chilling in London when we were on tour, and we were at a studio, and he was having a conversation with a guy in the studio, and I remember they were talking about greed and how it affect people, and he said something which really connected to me. The line when we say it only exists if you can't satisfy. I got that from him, and that
Right.
just gave me the direction I want to take the song. So I just saw me get inspired.
Mad.
As it relates to artists when I look up to, them, one of my all-time favorite artists of all time is Garnet Silk.
Mad. Mad.
Ever since me young, because my mother is like a music fanatic. So me grew up in a house where there is literally always music. Music is always being played. I mean, I talk from me wake up, which is my mother get up early from like 6 straight until me go my bed, and she had shut off the system probably like 11 or 12. So I'd fall asleep with music being played, and some good music. She listen from soul to country. More while me hear some Otis Redding a play, me I say, what kind of energy this lady under? But she's definitely like a 90s dancehall, type
Right.
of vibe of reggae. So I remember when me first hear Garnet Silk, and she also had a poster with a picture of him. So from a tender age, me actually not solely just listening to the artist, but I knew what he looked like. So I
Right.
was just drawn to him, and then he had this very compelling sound. And then again, him come from Manchester.
Yep.
So me I say, yo, but Garnet is definitely my favorite artist of all time, and it's just really sad that he was, he had to go at such a young and stage in his career and at his prime. So I
Right.
always felt like, need for whatever music I'm ever going to make, need for have the fire that he was coming with. So it's
Trust me.
definitely a inspiration.
I love it. I love it. Garnet is in fact one of my favorites too. I mean, going
Yeah,
through
man.
going through high school, my three tapes that I had, I could part with anything else. You can borrow anything else from me, but there are three cassettes you couldn't borrow from me.
Yeah.
Garnet Silk, It's Growing,
Yeah.
Kenny
What?
Rogers, The Gambler, and Buju Banton Till
Yeah.
Shiloh. Me lend you anything else, but those three you can't get.
You see how Buju? Buju, I'm a G too.
See it there?
Yeah, man.
Love it, love it,
Love
love
my
it.
Buju them, man.
Yeah, that's how I go. Inspiration, like I said, comes from anywhere. And sometimes sit down and all the vibes. In this case, I guess herbs are your co-writer. So
Mm.
so when I read the ASCAP thing and it's written by, I mean, mine herbs come knock you up for them royalties. So
For real. Real
now
thing, man.
there is so in your on your CD player right now, obsolete as it may sound,
Mm.
or in your phone or in your computer right now, who's on Lila Ik'e's playlist right now?
Who's on my playlist? Some listen to all type of music. And this is weird, but I listen to a lot of Alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
I really think his lyricism is very interesting. So
True.
me listen to Alkaline. Naturally, me listen Cartel. Um, I just got put on to. I always I find some random people on YouTube. I can't even remember them name, to be honest. But my playlist changes regularly, like probably every half an hour.
I
So,
got you.
so it's a whole heap of random people. But from soul go right back, I listen to all type of music.
And it reflects in your sound. It reflects in your sound. It's funny, your name's Lila Ik'e, one of the persons who, a little different, but one of the persons who I get that vibe off of you for is an artist I love too called, what's her name? Lila, I can't remember her last name, but she has this big hair, and she's an R&B singer, and she's doing her thing, but her name's also Lila. When I remember her last name, I'm going to tell you. But I just
Yeah, man, tell me so I can check her out.
look her up, man. Trust me, she's dope. She's dope. She's I guess nobody wants to be called neo soul, but that's pretty much what she was doing at the time. But
Yeah,
enough vibes and thing.
yeah,
I mean, there's another feature you did with Fire. I told you I had to get my
yeah,
fix somewhere, so you know what I mean. I have to find it. So I'm gonna drop that
yeah.
one for the masses to let them hear that one. All right.
All right then, bless up.
Cool. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It's homegrown.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fire and Lila. Yeah. Are you the Rasta man and feature? 5 eyes bright like the night sky. My type, no see no other quite like you in my life. Girl, you fit for the title of my wife.
Ooh, baby, I got something for you. I assure you've never seen it before.
I like to say,
Ooh, baby, I got some love for you. I assure you've never felt it before.
alright, way before the herbs bun and the high stars. Girl, you make my meds take a trip and fly cross. Stimulate my mind before we turn the lights off. Then it's big things popping off like a wine cork. Scintillating tight, plus your skin is quite soft. See you glisten in your eyes, pretty like the night stars. The link strong and it no brittle like chalk. Me no fickle with my heart.
Ooh, baby, I got something for you. I assure you've never seen it before. Ooh, baby, I got some love for you. I assure you never felt it before. See, when I get this feeling, I only need your healing. No one else can do. Just look at what I'm bringing to the table. I promise you I'm able to take care of you. Cause I'ma lock you up in all my eyes. You're already trapped in all my thoughts, baby.
Wrap you up in army
The loving that
arms.
I'm giving you is true and it's very rare. Got you thinking if this isn't heaven, ooh, that is very near. Ooh, baby, I got something for you. I assure you've never seen it before.
I like to say,
Ooh, baby, I got some love for you. I assure you've never felt it before.
Yeah, man, and that one is Got It For You. That one is Fire featuring Lila Ik'e. I love it. I love it. And let me ask you this. On that single, right? And I checked out his album too. Dope artist. I love him vibes.
Very, very, very
me.
dope. Very
Love
dope.
where am going with. Love where am going with.
What?
It's funky. It's the same thing too. It's like a collective of people who just there's a certain eclectic vibes amongst you all. You, Black Hero, you know what I mean. Fire. Everybody just it's one of them scenario where you love the music, but you're probably gonna be very excited to go check out the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The live show. That's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
But on the first feature, Believe, you know what I mean? I get that sweet but stoic vibe. It's almost like melancholic under a happy beat. But on this one, you're funky, you're part funky, it's playful. I even hear you drawing on some Marvin Gaye. Talk to me about that
Yeah.
collab right there. Where that vibes come from?
Really, really glad you brought up Marvin Gaye. Now, how this track came to being now. I was by Baby Rock Studio, chilling with Fire one day, and naturally, Herb is in the mix with a whole lot of reasoning and thing, and he began to play this particular instrumental, and I just immediately hear the sample because there's a very light sample of the Marvin Gaye song. How how the beat started,
Mm-hmm.
it started just like the Marvin Gaye song. I'm like, okay then. And I just started to sing the hook,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And he's like, yo, Lila, me like that, me like that. And we just start singing. This entire song was freestyle, by the
Wow.
way.
Wow.
We just start whole a vibe. Kabaka was also there and he heard us doing our thing and him come around there and I said, when Ronnie, I cook up something, man, you know? And he turned to me and he's like, how did you know that there was a Marvin Gaye sample? I'm like, well, you know, my mother, this is my mother artist, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
we pick it up immediately. So that's how this song came to be. It was a really, really, really fun experience. And as it relates to the vibe from the track, you know, it's very natural
Right.
because that's the type of vibe we were feeling. And, you know, I really feel like I'm not going to bash anybody's creative process and how they make their music, but for me, I personally feel like having an organic creative process when it comes to music is the best thing because it transcends to people like way easier. They feel what it is that you were feeling at the point at the particular time when you create it.
True.
So you know, not necessarily hearing a beat and then immediately grabbing your book and your pen and start write, but take the time out to really feel the vibe that you're getting, you know,
Yes.
and then after you can do that. But you don't know, everybody creates differently. But that was the vibe with this song.
Nice, nice. And you're right. People create differently, but again, there's something to the process of creating music where, the more organic it is, it comes across more real because you're pretty much just
Yeah,
tapping
man.
into the inner you versus, okay, you know what, I got an
Yeah.
hour here. I need to write these bars, write this hook.
Yeah.
You know what I
Trust me,
mean?
that's something that annoys me a lot, you know. When I like people just say, all right, see that beat here, right, a track. No, it better you just play it and you just start recording because once it's a nice beat, me go just start sing.
I got you. I
You
got you.
know?
I love it. I love it. And listen, the vocals, beautiful. But when I
Yeah,
listen to a
man.
song, it's the songwriting, the lyrics that actually grabs me.
Yeah.
And I like words and lyrics that I can relate to that are pretty much my thoughts personified. Your
Yeah.
lyrics, to me, they're quite visual. I always tell people like, as slang we always say, you see what I'm saying? But with your
Yeah.
lyrics, I see what you're saying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Is that by
You're
design
supposed
or is that
to.
just you? Or is just you? It's just Lila being Lila.
This is just me being me, man, because I just the type of music that I was exposed to growing up. You know, listening to Garnet and them and and Killer and something there. Name again. Buju, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Buju. You know, them man there is wordplay, but
Mm-hmm.
you can identify with them what they're talking about and you can also feel. When me hear Untold Stories the first time in a man, me I say, Jano,
Trust me.
there's so much things that go on in the world. You know, yeah, my mother, you know, because you know you're young and you just really are experienced because music is an experience in a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to can experience something with a particular song, whatever the message. That's why music needs to have a message and a purpose. You get what I say? So I'm
Yes.
supposed to can play the song and I can experience with you what it is that you went through or you go through, whatever you're communicating at the song. And so creating music myself, I always feel like that is a necessity. Because me don't want to make a song and then people only there and not them head until it done and them don't remember nothing. At least one line of the song supposed to can connect to your face, say yo, you know?
Love it.
So it definitely have to be you can see what me I say.
Love it. Love it. Boy, if me never know, I'd think you're about 40 years old. You know. Listen, man,
I'm just 23.
I did the research, but you got that old soul, which is cool because you know what? I can tell
Yeah.
in your audience, you're gonna have people from a young age, you're gonna have people of an older age, but everybody can relate.
Yeah, that's definitely the target, man. You want everybody, if you can even bring your little baby or your little son or your little daughter come at the show and everybody have a good time and go home
Nice.
with a good
Nice.
vibe.
And I ask questions like those because sometimes we feel say, when you get greatness, you think people stumble across greatness. Nah, greatness is created and great ones set out to do great things. So that's why, it's just
Yeah,
you want
man.
to know the process,
Yeah, for real.
Now you dropped a big bad single yesterday, Gatti Gatti. All right, can I
Yeah.
drop it for the world? Can I make a massive hear the tune there?
Of course, man. Of course.
All right, cool. Listen, world, we're gonna drop this one upon you right about now. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It's homegrown.
You got but you ever want. So no really have you tell me where them a go do no. Yeah man, this is Lila Ik'e and you're listening to GC Cole. Just go on, will it cool, huh? You got but you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. You got but you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. Some of them have it in a pile, rather stack it till it's spoil. And for think about the child that can't even wear a smile. Much less a little shirt, treat a best friend with the dirt. Sell him out before him born, no him, no even know him worth. Whoa, yeah. Can't afford figure reading at your college. So him no even bother seek the need for that, the knowledge. What kind of nation builder tell me how we ma go manage when you tell him resume softer than porridge. You ratty, but you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. You got but you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. Listen, you should be blessed to be chilling in the West. Cut unnecessary stress and put your mind to the test. And you, Mr. Man, trust the people with the land. No youth, no fear, get shunned when them stretching out your man. Cause I no understand you want civil man and woman, yet you wouldn't even give a chance at education. Yeah, when you're fasting with your bloody money round the nation, just remember John no sleep and him around creation. You got yet you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. You got yet you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. You see, we grow up in a city where the reality presented isn't really there. You want to open up your mind and you will see it clear. How them prepare for your life before you reach here. But it only exists when you can't satisfy. Save the little money, no buy into no lie. The bag of bank come for time. Fool you up at interest and they limit your supply. Well, you got yet you ever want. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do no. You got but you ever want. Yeah. Who no really have you tell me where them a go do now. You got but you ever want. Who no really have you where the hell.
Lila, it mad. It mad.
Blessings, man.
And it shall make its way permanently on the playlist, just like Biggest Fan Metal. I love the tune. I love the tune
Give
bad.
thanks.
And you
Give
mentioned
thanks.
earlier how it came about and so forth. But I get the impression that even when you're putting out lyrics and so forth, and you're focused on stuff of substance, of consequence, of depth, that you're still having fun with it.
Yeah, man, naturally. That has to be, in the mix because when me I create music, I am thinking about the consumers, right? And we live in an era right now in a music where you find, say, especially the young people, them which are, I feel, is like some of the major consumers of music. Them gravitate to the fun and the hip and the vibe. So if I want to talk to these people and communicate with them on a level, I have to find a way to get to them.
Right.
Right. So they have to then they have to be entertained while also being informed. And so that is definitely the route I took when creating this song.
Love it. Love it. It's like gummy vitamins.
Yeah.
You make it taste good and get the youth them because them not gonna take the bitter one.
Yeah. It's exactly like gummy vitamins.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. The
man.
rhythm of clap too. You know, who produced this one?
This song is originally produced by Danny Basie, who is
Right.
the bass player in Protoje's band.
Mm-hmm.
So it's him along with the drum keys, which is the drummy and the keysy in the band, and also Protoje himself. So you have to
Nice.
say it's an indie thing.
Mad. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am. I'm a huge fan of Protoje, who is one of the biggest names in reggae music right now.
Yeah, man.
As a young star on the rise, what do you draw from him, and does he give much input into your work, or does he just let you do you?
Definitely, he does give input because I do look to him for guidance for a lot of things. But one of the things that I really appreciate is his work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this man he takes music very seriously.
Wow.
You know, and his creative process is similar to mine. So we can literally just link him and say, yo, come go hold a vibe, and you never know, we might get a two song just out of vibing together just solely by having a conversation. Because he's very knowledgeable about music,
Right.
you know. So I do look to him in that sense for guidance. And then he's a very successful artist, and I'm looking from where he's coming from to where he's at now. Because I don't know if you ever have you ever heard the first set of music he put out, wait, name Lyrical Overdose?
No, I came on board in I think the 7 Year Itch. No, what was the one
Yeah.
before that? Uh,
He had a mixtape when released with name Lyrical Overdose.
no.
And trust me, that was a totally different Protoje than what you're hearing now. And he
Wow.
took a break. He took a break from making music for about 3 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back with the 7 Year Itch. So that just shows me how much he went within himself to really find him sound
Right.
and find music way. Because he said it to me one time that when him did do Lyrical Overdose and he's traveling with his mom and thing, there are certain points in the song where him have to get turned down because him no want him mother hear him say certain things. And so he revisited himself and come find him sound, and he's now making some of the most powerful songs. So definitely growth right there just shows that this man, take him work seriously, and just by being around him, we always end up at talk about some music history or something related to music,
Nice.
and give some really good advices. And he's just a cool fella. So definitely look up to him, man,
Love it.
and rate the work that he's doing. On top of that, is one of the few successful artists at the moment to really take the time out for hear what the young people them are going with, whether it's music or art or whatever. He's really in the pool of young people of creatives right now, and I try, give as much light as he can. So me
Nice.
give thanks for him.
Big up yourself, Protege. Trust me, the contributions you're doing toward music is
Yeah, man.
way, way bigger than you'd ever think. So, it's
For
always good
real.
as you invest your time and your efforts into the future because, it gives you something to listen to other than yourself. You know what I mean?
For real.
Love it, love it. Well, I want to get into biggest fan, which is an ode to your mother. Who here's the deal: like most, I got a daughter, so like most parents would, she tried to steer you away from the music when you
Nice.
were younger, right?
Yeah, man.
Mommy, I
She
can't
was
handle the
she was afraid, which I'm thinking. She never said it, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a stigma attached to female musicians and producers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half the time when a female decides that they want to become an artist and them link up with a producer, majority of the time the producers first, unless you're super talented, you
Right.
know, the first thing the producer look for is not necessarily the music,
Mm-hmm.
and luckily I have not been in a position to, get into a situation like that. Probably it's because of this, the energy when me roll with,
Right.
because I'm a very serious young lady. You get to me, I say, on top of being chill and so, I don't like foolishness. I mean, we tell anybody that.
Right.
So, but there are persons right now, females, where I forgot through certain things just to get their voices heard. You know.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm guessing my mother was just concerned about that particular aspect of me having a career in music, and so I couldn't go no studio when I was living in Christiana. I know 5-star studio they right up there so with
Right.
Panta and stuff. I was one of the biggest studio in a Christiana. And I remember the engineer from there, he sent me a reading because I couldn't go anywhere, so I do all of my transactions them over the internet. So I got connected to people there and him send me a reading and I make a nice little track and thing and him like it and say him want it for record and thing. And I remember the day she actually get for convince her for come at the studio for consider me going to a studio and the woman had work the Monday and she put off work for follow me go to the studio for the whole day. I remember when it was time to record and it's like the producer the engineer called me in the studio and go say I shut the studio door. They only see the studio door I push up and my mother say, what going in there? So what going in there? So and she stood right there and watched me for the whole day. Me I tell her say I go there from 8 to 4. Right? And on top of that, she complained, say, yo, me make she miss a whole day at work. So it's not something what she did comfortable with,
Right.
So I didn't really get the chance to go to a studio by myself or even necessary. Because the day they would not even get to record properly because she kept saying she had to leave and she not leaving me and thing. So
Wow.
he wasn't comfortable. So I decided that, my first tune, seeing that I moved to Kingston and can do my thing by myself now, I'm going to dedicate my first song to her. And not only that, I'm going to make it such a good song to share ourselves to say, yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing and she seems to be doing a good job. May I give her the blessing. So
Right.
that is how Biggest Fan come about. And I also wanted it to entail like the journey of becoming Lila Ik'e. I wanted people to get that, like to just set that foundation there to
Right.
introduce myself. So that's definitely it. And also to encourage other young people or other artistic persons who maybe encountering, the same thing with them parent or guardian. As the arts is not necessarily looked at as a very profitable career in a Jamaica. As for music, it's seen as okay. Then once in a while, once in a blue moon, you find some people bus. You have to be lucky or you have to have links.
Right.
Not to mention an artist, a person that paint. You go tell your mother say you want to go to school, go study for paint. Who are buy painting and all of them things. So it's just a song where I wanted to encourage people to say whatever it is that you're drawn to, whatever you feel drawn to, and make sure say you feel within yourself, say this is what you want to do and you can do it. And just go do it.
Love it. Love it, love
Yeah,
it, love
man.
it. And you know what? As a parent, guess what? So the thing go. You look at security
Real
and
man.
safety for your child too. You know what I mean? Everybody look at it like, you know what? Like you said, they look at musicians and a lot of that is leisure. A lot of that is just fun. Where the money there, where the income stream there. Them are looking, go be a teacher, go be a lawyer, go be a
Real
doctor, you
man.
know?
So my mother say I remember when I was leaving high school now to go to university. And I was so excited because I said, yes, finally, I'm going to leave Christiana, I'm going to come to Kingston. I spoke to her before I even decided to leave Lower Six and go on to university. We had planned on me going to the University of the West Indies. And she just came home one evening and she's like, you know what? I'm not going to send you to the University of the West Indies. I'm going to ensure that you go to Northern Caribbean University because Christian school and I right down the road. I swear. And not only that, she tell me when I go study. She say I go to teaching. I
Oh
said,
Lord.
Lord God. But trust me, my mother is very special.
Big up yourself, big
But
up
I give
yourself.
thanks for her because I wouldn't be the person that I am if it wasn't for her.
And your mom's Cherry from Christiana, right?
Yeah, man. You know her?
Yeah, trust me.
Wait, you know my mother?
Nah, joke me I make. You can see me I pay attention to your lyrics though. I hear you mention it in the song. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
but she's very popular though. A lot of people know her, so I wouldn't be surprised.
right. Well, guess what? She's gonna be known as Mommy Ike soon because trust me, you're gonna be taking over the
Yeah.
world and that them I gonna call her. You know what I mean?
Real man, that's the goal, man. Really
Trust
want to
me.
make her proud.
I'm sure she is. Manchester is proud. Christiana is proud. Jamaica is proud. Trust me.
For real.
Well, we'll get another song there for the massive. You know what I mean? They've heard it before, but you know something? They can't go through without them hearing it one more time. So we'll drop it for them. They're gonna wait, keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is homegrown.
You think a little bit of headset, my mommy papa. She said, put down the DJ thing there. I just your book, me want you take up. Cause every day you just make the air nice more while me want you shut up. You feel like no producer boy can carry you a studio go lock up. Now she's my biggest fan. Love you, my number one. You think a little bit of headset, my mommy papa. She said, put down the DJ thing there. I just your book, me want you take up. Cause every day you just make the air nice more while me want you shut up. You feel like no producer boy can carry you a studio go lock up. Now she's my biggest fan. Love you, my number one. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. She's still my biggest fan. Go see your face when you hear this, you want. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. I'm up for tell you about a Lila way. The studio door me coulda never ever reach that. For mama said, if my do it, she a go beat me, yeah. That couldn't keep me wet, because my done did have to dry eye. One day in my room, there, I sing a tune pan a nice piece of beat. Me say, my neighbor them a tell me how my song sweet. Mama walk in and hear it. Said she need a one up on her playlist. Now she's my biggest fan. Love you, my number one. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. She's still the biggest fan. Won't see your face when you hear this, you want. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. And it was no debate when a time for we get up and go wash out the plate. We coulda never ever set foot through the gate before we read a psalm. Preferably 23 and 98. You say go and hold the faith. If I diss me really want, then put your first and elevate. So on everything you say, me still there, I concentrate. So mom, you see that one, yeah. Why you know say I for you, me do that song, yeah. Now she's my biggest fan. Love you, my number one. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. She's still my biggest fan. Go see your face when you hear this, you want. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said. My mama said. See, ever since I was a little teeny weeny tot, me always dream for build a tune and circulate them up. So everybody start for answer who for that or that. You hear say I for Jerry, yeah, the one we never talk a lot. See in my heart, love for you, I really got a lot. I hope you know that this is just the start of part. And me give thanks for every single time you literally beating those words of the vine. My biggest fan. Love you, my number one. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. She's still the biggest fan. Won't see your face when you hear this, you want. Words of a queen.
Yeah, man, and that one is biggest fan, the lovely Ms Lila Ik'e. And listen, trust me. That's one of my top tunes for 2017. I'm gonna drag it with me into 2018 too. You know what I mean? I love it. Can't done. I'm telling you, people probably sick of me. I beat out that tune now, but it's all good. It's all good. And I'm sure Mommy proud out our mind. Lila, when can we expect the full project?
Pardon?
When can we expect the full project?
Yeah, man. The full project definitely next year. Next year, may I plan to release some more songs and then get into a project itself.
Nice.
So all being well, life still, being in me,
Right.
can definitely look out for some good music.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm a little greedy, so I'm looking for some more, album, EP, whatever.
Next year, man. Next year, big things are going.
Nice, nice, nice. And I know you've been rocking out Europe and the UK. Any plans for the US anytime soon?
Yeah, man. That's also in the pipeline also for next year.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, once you touch down, when I'm at the schedule, make sure I said I'm coming to Florida. Even if I'm a Fort Lauderdale, if it's Port, St. Petersburg, whatever, we'll make the trek. You know what I mean?
Man, definitely blessings.
All right. What I'm gonna do also is on a podcast, I generally deal with topics that affect the community, and on rare occasions, I'll speak to musicians and so forth. Not on a radio show, but on a podcast. Normally, legends that have had an impact or so forth. But I definitely probably gonna have to put yours up because maybe it's a bit premature for me to say so, but I do see legend in your future. And you know what? I don't care what nobody say. They may say it's premature, but when I heard Miss Badu, when I heard Etana, when I heard Queen Africa, I felt the same way. And right now, I'm batting 100, so it's all good.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm
My final
honored.
question, though, for you is what do
Mm.
you want out of this music? What are you looking to accomplish?
What I want more than anything, is to inspire people like I've been inspired, you know?
Nice.
So I want there to be a day when, sorry, somebody can come to me and say, listen, I remember listening to you from I was a child and you have inspired me so much to the point where I have done this. And whatever it is that they're doing is so positive that, it inspired me. So music for me is how am I put this now? Music is just it's like somebody giving life to you all over again.
Wow.
And I some want people to feel when them listen to my music. And I want to achieve the shelf life of say Bob Marley, even after I've passed generations after generations, we still be rocking to my music. So that's what I want. I want to just make some positive tunes, some tune with a lot of longevity. I just want to inspire people.
Wow.
And so I'm going to ensure that I do that, you know. So
Right.
that's all I want more than anything else.
Well, if you keep doing it the way you're doing it right about now, trust me, the trajectory is infinite, and of course, it's inevitable that you will be amongst those persons with the long, long shelf life. The forever music is what I'm gonna call it.
Forever music.
All right. Well, drop some social media info for the masses that need to go check out Ms Lila Ik'e right now.
Yeah, man, social media, you don't know Lila Ik'e and everything. And that's LILAIKE. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I also have a SoundCloud page, Lila Ik'e. You can search for the tracks on YouTube also. So you can definitely stay connected. Look out for my shows. For the rest of this year, I will not be doing any more tours. So I just have a day a yard.
Nice.
And I have a performance on for those, if there are any Jamaicans listening to this right now. I have a performance today at the Spanish Court Hotel. Performances start at around 8 o'clock. I'll be doing a live show there. You can catch me there, so. And down the line, I'm supposed to have some upcoming shows also next month and in December here in Jamaica. So just come
Nice.
through and hold a good vibe and just enjoy yourself and be inspired.
We love it. We love it. And we do have some people listening in Jamaica. We have, people listening all across the world, but I always get the people from Jamaica tapping in, you know what I mean? Oh,
Nice.
she found Mumbai everywhere. So listen, Kingston too. Make sure you guys go and check out Lila. Lila, do me a favor and bless them up with a little piece of acapella or something so them can feel good in the morning.
You think a little bit of headset, my mommy papa. Well, yeah. She said, put on the DJ thing there. I just your book, my want you take up, take up, take up. Cause every day you want to make beer nice more while my want you shut up. You feel like no producer boy can carry you a studio go lock up. And now she's my biggest fan. Yeah, man, that's why you have to just be faithful, believe in yourself, and do what you have to do.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Trust me, that's a drop the mic moment. And if I wasn't the one that paid for these microphones, I'd drop them.
Blessings and light.
Love it, love it, love it. Listen, guys, the songs Gatti Gatti and Biggest Fan, they're both on iTunes. All right, make sure you can
Yeah,
support the
man.
movement. Get the song them. The streaming is cool, you know what I mean? But the sales is sexy. So I want you to go out there and download the song them.
Yeah,
Buy
man.
the song them, you know what I mean? And support Lila.
Real.
Lila, thank you so much for taking the time this morning to chat with me and the Homegrown family. I
Yeah,
appreciate the
man.
time.
It was a pleasure. Trust me. It was a pleasure. Definitely enjoyed this interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll have you on the program again, you know what I mean? Talk about some future endeavors and whatnot, you know, but
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Definitely.
love it, love it, love it. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking here with Lila Ik'e. I'm going to drop it one more time for you. It's all love, it's all growth. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It's Homegrown.
You think a little bit of headset, my mommy papa. She said, put down the DJ thing there. I just you book me want you take up, take up, take up. Cause every day you just make the air nice more while me want you shut up. You feel like no producer boy can carry you a studio go lock up. Now she's my biggest fan. Love you, my number one. Words of a queen. That's everything what my mama said to me. She's still my.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has indeed been a pleasure. Remember, be safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G Cole, and this is Homegrown.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G Cole.
Remember, all the music played here on the Homegrown podcast is available on iTunes and all your digital retailers. Please support the artists.